By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Get him. Get him.
Episode 50 of 20 Tim Minutes. I am your host, Tim McCarthy. This is a podcast that focuses on mental health through humor, insight, and personal stories. If you're a fan of this show and have listened to more than 3 episodes, you can realize that I did not have an introduction by somebody, which is totally fine. It's episode 50. Big episode. Should be proud of it. I am. We're coming up on 1 year on November 19th. So I think it would be episode 52, which would be my yearly annual renewal to see if I got to keep paying to keep the website up. WordPress. That's how I make my website. So thank you for tuning in. I am in a mood. Not gonna lie to you, in a big mood, but I'm gonna get through it like I always promise. Every Tuesday, baby. No interview again this week. I feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and it's fine. It's totally fine. I think I'm going to do interviews every other week, and then maybe I'll just do like filler episodes on Thursdays by myself where I just kind of do this, but not. I have no idea. We'll see what happens. I'm interested. But episode 50, thank you for everyone that has tuned in to me at least one episode or all 50 plus, because I do have bonus episodes. I don't know how many I've done, so I can't add on to the 50, but all those diehards out there, let me know. Right as of today, 11,546 downloads total for me since November 19th, 2020. That's averaging about 230 downloads an episode, which is kind of crazy, and that's just going up. Pretty cool. So to everyone that's liked, shared, listened, commented, reached out, I appreciate it, especially those ones that have done introductions for me from episode 2 and on. There's a slew of you, and you should feel honored. And I'm feel honored for letting me use you to my advantage. But it also helps you out, the people that introduce, because people are like, you know what, I'm gonna go check them out, which probably maybe no one did, but we definitely tried. Yeah, I usually start with my recent mood things. I feel like that's a part of the show now where I just kind of have this therapy session by myself, but you got to listen, where I'm having a therapy session by myself and you have to listen. I feel like I'm just being an asshole lately for no apparent reason to people. Like, not like deliberately, but I just feel like I'm on edge and I'm very agitated lately. And I'm very quick-witted with my comments, so sometimes I'll say shit too quick and I'm like, yeah, shouldn't have said that. I feel like that's been going on. I need my meds changed, I think. With the Lamictal, I think I'm not on enough milligrams for my mood disorder, and like my mood has been changing a lot. Not like flip-flopping all day, but it's more noticeable now, and it happens like once or twice a day now, which sucks and it's exhausting. And then I don't know if my even Adderall is working anymore. Like, so it's definitely time to figure out what's going on. I'm not feeling like I'm hallucinating, but I'm feeling fucking like maybe like I'm delusional of what's going on. Like I don't know if I'm like checked in reality wise of like my surroundings. I feel like I'm just like too focused on like me and all this other bullshit that I don't know what is even going on around me, which is kind of weird to admit. But I think realizing that's how I know I need to get my medications switched up. So this is the real Tim right now. I'm not in a mood. I'm not in a good mood, and that's fine. And people are probably gonna be worried and reach out, which I will reply, I think. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried. There's new days and better days ahead, I think, and hope. But yeah, I think I gotta get that figured out like ASAP. ASAP Rocky. Shout out to ASAP Rocky. I've always noticed this. I don't have a good recollection of time. Like something could happen 6 months ago, and I think it could have been like a year or two. Like I don't have a depth perception of time. And I looked into that, and people with depression are affected by memory and cognition. cognition. What the fuck? I can't even speak in diverse and surprising ways. So I didn't know that people that have depression are more susceptible. Oh, I said it right, to memory loss. And not even like we all have memory loss, but there was a thing I was reading in an article where it had a .org, so that's like a .org website, so it had to be legit. That's where I get my news, from .orgs and .edus, not .nets. I don't know how that works, but it works. And it was saying like somebody with depression will only remember like the negative things that happened. Like they'll remember they're going on a vacation, but they won't like remember their meal. And then somebody with like a non-depressive brain will like remember everything. I feel like I definitely fall into that. I'm definitely going to ask my therapist about that, which I actually had that today. I'll get into that in a second because I forgot to talk about it at the beginning. Yeah, so that happens to me a lot. Like I'll go and like don't know where my wallet is. I have a bright orange wallet, so I don't lose it. I lose it. I have a bright orange suitcase. I have a bright orange a lot of shit. I don't even like the color orange, but I have so much orange that I have to see it and not lose it. But yeah, man, I'm never good with time and remembering stuff. And I feel like everyone was like, oh, like just being an asshole, which I probably am. But I never like remember people's birthdays. I was terrible in history class. I definitely barely got by in history class. I hated history. I could never remember numbers. Hated math too. History and math, too many numbers. I'm good. Just tell me what happened. But yeah, I guess I got to figure that out, and I think it has to do with how my mood's been lately, and I'm just not tracking time. Like sometimes I forget what day it is, but not like in no sense. I'm like, what day is it? I'm like, oh, today's Monday, and then I'll be like, oh shit, it's Tuesday. Like that happens to me a lot, and then time goes by so quick. Where I'll like be sitting there on my phone or something, then all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, it's Wednesday. I don't know. I gotta look into that. Like again, don't take me for fucking as this is facts. I just think it's interesting that it makes sense that depression can lead to like memory loss or memory issues, however you want to say it. Like when people are like, oh, that's early. I got my early dementia. I hate that joke. We all have terrible memories, but some of them have worse than others. But yeah, I think it's a lot of shit. But I had my therapy appointment with my therapist, and it was pretty good. I got to talk about like what's going on. I totally forgot. This is wicked funny. I totally forgot to even talk about the memory loss thing because it has been a topic of mine. Because I would miss my meds because I was forgetting to take them, which is kind of like fucking stupid. And I forgot to tell her about it. Like it just goes to show you, I totally forgot. And yeah, and at the end, I made sure when I was making a new appointment for me and her, I was like, well, I want to say something before you go. And it wasn't the last time we're going to talk. We still have until December, but I was like, hey, I'm not going to lie to you. Like when we got off our last conversation, I was like, I broke down. Like I like ate that to like not cry in front of you because I'm leaving you. You pretty much helped me save my life. You've been there from the fucking worst to like my best and to my mediocre. And I started crying right in front of her, and she got a little teary-eyed, but she's a professional and kept it together. Me, on the other hand, I'm a huge baby and very emotional, as people know. But yeah, that one stings a lot. And she still has somebody lined up for me, and I told her that you better fucking warn them that I'm coming. So I'm coming hard. It's gonna be like I don't want a new dad all over again. I don't want it. But again, I have to be better about it because not many people can get therapy that quick, and I'm just getting the lateral movement to somebody new. But I can't wait to bring the funk to her. Good luck if you're watching this. Good luck. I do have a first class. I have with the people that I've worked with and donated money to the Plymouth Suicide Prevention Coalition. I signed up for a class to do it with them. It's called the Mental Health First Aid class. Mental Health First Aid class, mentalhealthfirstaid.com, MHFA. I'm taking a course. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to learn some shit. As they say, it's like just as CPR helps you assist an individual having a heart attack, mental health first aid helps you assist someone experiencing mental health or substance use related crisis. In the mental health first aid course, you learn risk factors and warning signs for mental health and addiction concerns, strategies to how to help someone in both crisis and non-crisis, which I'm for. It's kind of like a free course, how to fucking handle myself. So I'll probably be having a lot of questions how to fix some stuff, but I am looking forward to this because it's like an 8-hour class and I'm going to be anxiety ridden the whole time going there because I'm not going to know anybody. And then I'll probably make a friend and then we'll be like, hey, we should hang out sometime. Like, yeah, definitely. And we never hang out. Guarantee you that's going to happen. Guarantee you. But it's cool. It goes over depression and mood disorders, anxiety disorders, trauma, psychosis, not the WCW wrestler, actual psychosis, and then substance use disorders. It teaches recovery and resiliency, the belief that individuals experience these challenges can and do get better and use their strengths to stay well, which I'm for. And like, I am a mental health advocate, but I can't just do it from fucking a cat closet. Speaking about my experience and the little information that I learned from these websites with the .orgs, like I have to go out there and like fucking apply myself, which is gonna be good for me because I need to get out more. I don't get out. I need to get out more. I need to do stuff on my own. I feel like I'm not as independent as I think I am, and I've definitely documented that where I get anxious going out by myself. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But yeah, it's you can do like these little tips and stuff. I was reading a little bit more about it, so I know what I'm getting into. It's like assess the risk of suicide harm, which if anyone's feeling like suicidal or you think they're feeling suicidal, asking them directly is always the best course of action because it always puts them on the spot. And then to listen non-judgmentally, which I am a huge proponent of, is not being judgmental and just letting people fucking let their freaks flag fly, baby, you know? Whatever they bring. I'm not even gonna fucking twitch. I'm gonna be for you. Give reassurance and information, which I'm all about reassurance for myself. I like to do that for other people. I'm like, hey, I'm a fucking lunatic, all right? I'll try to help you, but I'm with you. I'll go to the loony bin with you. I don't give a fuck. I'm with you. Encourage appropriate professional help, which I always say to people, don't go on edu and .org websites, like go seek professional help, and I'm always down to help people with that. And then the last one is encourage self-help and support strategies, which like, that's not for me. Like when people are like, oh, you should go to the gym and work out. Like, yeah, not that easy, pal. I appreciate it, but not that easy. Again, that can work for anybody else. And I think that you have to go with somebody to push them for that. Which isn't easy. Like I always like try to hype myself up because, you know, my lack of motivation has been very terrible. So I went to the gym like one day and then I tried to go to jujitsu again, but I'm always fucking busy with like these interviews coming up or like something up. I always like, again, the whole like memory thing. Like I have these Google calendars and I still don't update them correctly or like in my phone. So like I'll double book shit all the time. And I feel like an asshole when I have to cancel on people because it makes me look unprofessional and just a fucking mess, which kind of I am. So it doesn't leave much time for me to do other things. So I think having interviews every other week is good. If you're listening to this and we had a consultation, I am sorry. But as you can see watching this, that I have a pretty good reason. I might get a pretty good reason. But people are still reaching out. I still love doing the podcast. I think it's like me getting everything ready pre and post. I hate when I start gabbing. I'm gabbing. I'm fucking Gabby Gabster. I don't know who the hell that is. But yeah, I'm fucking all over the map right now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that class. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna probably get like a certificate. Probably gonna get a free lunch from Panera Bread. I feel like it's either pizza or Panera Bread, and all the Panera Bread sandwiches are always just fucking terrible. I used to work at a Panera Bread. Don't eat there. That's all I'm saying. Don't eat there. Just get the fucking desserts. Those are where it's at. Everything else, don't eat there. Yeah, I saw this too. With Calvin Ridley, wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons. They're the ones who lost to the Patriots a couple years ago. And he is taking a break from the NFL to worry about his mental health, which is great. But I can only imagine the fucking assholes with like fantasy football and the Atlanta Falcons probably fan base. And I'm not saying all of them are bad, but there's definitely like one or two people like, oh, fucking pussy, you make so much money. It's like, hey, man, yeah, they make a lot of money. But money doesn't bring you happiness. Maybe it would for me. So if you want to give me a bunch of $1,000,000, I'll take it. But being an athlete must kind of suck because like you got to train all the time. You got to deal with fucking dickhead fans in the public. You got to put your body on the line. You're susceptible. Fuck, I almost had it a second time. You're and like worried to have like CTE and like concussions and shit. Like I had a mini concussion one time, got kneed in the head by mistake at like jujitsu practice, and I felt like I was like the fucking 100 rows back from my brain, and I didn't remember like half the shit I was doing. I'm not one of those guys that call up the radio station when they're like talk about some guy's ACL tear in the NFL, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I played company softball for a couple of years, so I know how he's feeling. Recovery time's about 6 to 8 weeks." You're like, shut up. Why are you calling in and wait? You waited like 2 hours on the radio station to say that? God damn it, I hate those people. But yeah, that's good for him that he's taking a break. I was looking up that again because like the whole CTE thing is interesting because it's obvious it has a lot to do with mental health when your brain has like a bunch of holes in it. And then there was another player, Willie Gay Jr. He had a tweet and people were kind of worried about him. He said, "I love you all. Just know my mental health got me fucked up right now." Kind of a red flag. I can see why people probably reached out to him right away, but it's good because he was talking about like you always post this positivity, but when you stop posting real shit, that's when people are like, "Oh." But the cool thing is everyone reached out to him and checked up on if he was good, which is always the fucking game plan we're going for. Look at me, game plan football, nailing it. So I like to see that. I saw this other story. I don't remember reading this, but back on April 7th, 2021, Phillip Adams, former NFL player, he shot 6 people at a house in Rock Hill, South Carolina. He killed 5, fatally injuring a 6th who died the next day. During a standoff with the police the next day, he shot himself. He was like 32 when he did that. And his father thinks a lot of that had to do with like football in his brain. And I believe they're donating his brain to get like studied. And that just reminds me of the whole Aaron Hernandez thing. And they were like, his brain was fucking spaghetti. It was bad. So you got to take care of your head. Like someone was talking about this and I had to bite my tongue so bad. There's 2 people talking and one was like, "Hey, I'm a mental health advocate." And the other person was like, "I agree." So they were agreeing about mental health, which was great. Then they were talking about the companies that give you mental health days, that like companies should be more aware of that. It should be separate from sick days, which I'm like, it doesn't really have to be like that because you are sick. I'm a big thing where it's like you break your arm, sick day. You fucking want to jump off a building, sick day. I go over this all the time. It's like people abuse it, people don't, whatever. But one person tried to make it seem like being like hachu sick is different from being mental health sick. And they were like, "Oh, the definition of sick is that." I'm like, I Googled the definition of sick and it clearly says feeling physically ill or mentally ill. And I was like, don't fucking say nothing. Because I don't want to be that guy being like, "Actually, I have a podcast that talks about mental health and I got mental health disorders. So let me tell you something." But I didn't do it. I was very proud of myself because I would have fucking went off the deep end. But the good thing is they both were pro mental health with taking time off from work, which I respect, and that is the game plan. Yeah, the whole like Chris Benoit story with CTE, that's another crazy one. Go watch Dark Side of the Ring on Hulu and watch the Chris Benoit episode. That one will get you. That one will get you. All right. So I'm not going to lie to you people. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with my life. And I'm just going to be brutally honest with you. I'm not suicidal or going to harm myself. And that's like a good, like I always say, like ask people directly if they feel suicidal or anything. Again, I'm not suicidal whatsoever. I have ideation sometimes, but I feel like who doesn't? And I think I'm so calm with it because like I joked about this too. It's like suicide isn't an option. It's like, well, it is. It is. It still is. It's like break glass in case of emergency. Again, not even anywhere near that. So don't be worried or alarmed. I'm being 100% honest with you. Nothing to worry about with me because I know everything's going to be okay, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in life. I had to write this down because I knew I'd forget about it. I'm definitely like still depressed, but very happily depressed. And I'm not doing good remembering shit, but I just don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, I know what I have to do. I have to wake up. I got to go to work. I got to take a shower. I got to do this. I got to do that. I get that. But like, I don't do anything productive. I'm unmotivated and don't even know what to do with my time. That's where I figure that I don't feel like I'm an independent person. I'm very indecisive. I don't know if I'm ever making the right choices. I was told you got to go with your gut. I don't know what that means or how that feels. So when do I have a stomach ache when I know something is correct? I don't know, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm okay with that, But I'm like 35, and I don't know where I even see myself at 40, let alone 36. Yeah, it just sucks when you like kind of realize you don't do things by yourself, and you just can't, and you just go crazy staying by yourself. It's super fucking weird, right? When you know there's something wrong with you and you can't figure it out, but the good thing is you can go see someone to do it. And even people that like notice me on like social media, I haven't been online much promoting, talking to other people. I feel alone, but it's only my fault. Like I push people away. I don't let them in or listen to them. Lindsay obviously tries to help me, and I'm like, I'm good, but like deep down, I know I'm not good. Like, but it's like nothing I want to talk about or say because like it's stuff I already know. And yeah, it's like I know people are helping me and people are being great, and I appreciate it. I love it if it's a great feeling. But I also got to figure out what I'm doing. Like I gotta like I always say, I gotta like find like what like my happiness is, and I am happy. Like I'm happily depressed. But I just don't like I don't know. I don't know why I'm so calm about it. Like I'm just taking it day by day, and I usually don't. And I think I don't know. I don't know. I definitely need to get my meds changed. And I don't want anyone to worry. Like, please don't worry. If you want to shoot me a text and be like, hey, how's things? That's totally fine. I'm not worried about anything, but I'm like, what is going on? Am I being fucking crazy? And yeah, probably am. But the good thing I know is I am healthy, I'm alive, and I'll figure it out sooner or later. And that's going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. Everyone's fine. I'm fine looking. You're fine looking. All right, let's end with this. So me and my buddy Duff got tickets, and then we recruited a couple other people, Jay and Tim. Czarface, Good Guys, Bad Guys. I think I've done a song by them before in my podcast, my music recommendation. It's Esoteric and Inspector Deck from the Wu-Tang Clan. Great jam, Good Guys, Bad Guys. It's from the Venom soundtrack, I believe. I did not see Venom. I loved Venom growing up. I loved the Spider-Man video game for the Sega Genesis console where you could be Venom. But that movie looks like dog shit, so I didn't see it. And I haven't been watching a lot of new things. I watched Squid Game. The games were cool, but I don't know how I feel about the ending. And I don't know why that guy dyed his hair red. So if someone can explain that to me, I'll be really happy. And then my podcast suggestion is going to be my friends, Decent Takes. I did an interview with them a while ago, Jav and Davey. Super underrated podcast. The quality those guys put out and the laughs are just fucking so good. Decent Takes is a really good podcast, and they need more recognition for what they're putting out and the quality of like what they stream and all this shit. But I just I want to let you guys know that I do love you guys. And I appreciate everything you guys do to help me with this podcast, whether it's like giving me a review, anything. But yeah, check me out, 2010minutes.com. You know where to find me. It's easy. Just Google 2010 Minutes, Tim McCarthy. Bam, here I am. Bam, there I am. But thanks again, guys. I love you so much, and have a good one.
This podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. If you are feeling suicidal, please dial 911.